Hello, America. Hello, Americans. Another day, another round of bullshit um, of some of the highest order. And I'm saying that not just because of the latest atrocities that this man has committed. I'm saying it because of the other ones that we're not talking about. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Earlier, I'd seen a post comparing Ashley Babbitt's death to the death of Alex Pretti. And okay, there is a comparison. The comparison is two people roughly the same age in a situation that got shot and killed. That's where it ends. There is no other comparison. Ashley Babbitt's climbing through a window in front of an angry mob meaning to do harm that has called for the death of Mike Pence, that has called for the death of Nancy Pelosi. And she chooses to go through a window with all kinds of warning. Don't do that. Don't do that. Back off. Back off. Do not come through that window. Finally, a gun comes out. Somebody yells, gun. And this woman's actually climbing through the window, intending to do what the whole mob is intending to do. And she got shot and killed. Alex Pretti, on the other hand, is just witnessing the egregious way that ICE is behaving in Minneapolis. And he goes to help a woman that's been thrown to the ground, and the ICE agents grab him, pepper spray her. There is a gun on his person that is not unholstered. It's still in the holster. He has not reached for it. And they summarily execute the guy. There is no comparison there. Let's keep going, though. You know, I titled this, we're talking about the wrong things. One of the things that's happening today, the Senate did have their meeting and did have a part of their vote to put through a spending package, and the Democrats blocked it. They blocked it because they will not put the money, especially extra money, to ICE. They won't do it. And I don't want them to. And I don't think you want them to. That happened. It's going to come up again, and probably ICE and all of that is going to be carved out in a different manner. We are facing the possibility of a shutdown on, tomorrow night. It's a possibility, and that would suck. On the other hand, we the people get to say what that money gets spent on, and we do not want that money spent to give more to ICE, to keep doing these things they're doing. They're finally realizing that maybe, just maybe, things are overboard and they need to back off. We're hearing that. Right now, it's just words. But let's go a step further. That happened today. Yesterday, the thing we're talking about, we had the FBI got a warrant and raided the Fulton County offices, the election offices there, and confiscated a whole bunch of records. All of this to try to back up Trump's ridiculous claim that has been beaten in every court that it's gone into, with his own people saying that, there was the election was fair. But he's still beating that horse and trying to get it to happen. He's doing that just to make more noise. See, we told you that there were 350,000 votes that shouldn't have been counted. 350,000 votes that didn't have the proper signature on the form to store these away and have them counted. That was a thing, that a little clerical error is all that happened. But now they've taken everything. They could have gotten all the information in previous counts, previous investigations into it. Any of that information is available, but no. We've got, what the hell was her name? Anyway, Tulsi Gabbard in heading that up. Why? Why? We're getting there. But that's in the news today, too. Massachusetts has gotten legislation to keep ICE out of schools and courthouses and churches and not have all of that kind of craziness going on right in front of our children. We have people talking a lot about whether or not it's okay to record immigration officers. It's not only okay, it's constitutional. But we're talking about that. Oh, gee, they shouldn't be there doing this. Why not? You don't think that we should hold our government accountable? I think we should. But we're talking about that. We just had a huge winter storm that everybody's talking about that. And the list goes on. Minneapolis has been invaded. And it's all for Trump trying to say, oh, we have this terrible problem with illegal immigrants. Now, we do have a problem with undocumented immigrants in this country. I'm not going to call them illegal. Nobody's illegal. They should not be here in the manner that they got here. That doesn't make them monstrous criminals. We're talking about that. Good, we should be talking about that. However, we're not talking about the Epstein files. We're not talking about offshore accounts that are being padded with oil that we stole. That's simple. We confiscated ships, and the sale of all of that is going into offshore accounts. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the fact that this guy is doing everything he can to try to have a third term. All the things that we're supposed to be talking about, we're not talking about. This guy is trying to start a world war. ICE agents going into the Ecuadorian embassy or trying to get into it. Folks, that's sovereign territory. As soon as we do that, every other country where we have an embassy, which is U.S. territory, and it's the same thing with them. That is Ecuadorian sovereign territory. Every other country can do that back at us. We're blowing Venezuelan ships out of the water. Every other country can do that to us. These are the crimes the guy has committed. These are the things that are happening, and we're talking about new stuff. And I really don't like the whole I told you so thing, but I told you so. This is where this is going. And he's going to keep it going there for as long as he can and hopefully declare martial law and eventually, the Insurrection Act, but eventually election? What election? We're not going to have election. Everything's too crazy. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the outrageous things that he's doing, not the ones that he should already be in jail for, not the ones that he should be impeached for, not the fact that the man's mental capacity is that of a snail has got a direction and a purpose, more like a rock. The guy's brain is mush. It's gone. Have you listened to him? But we're not talking about that. The 25th should be invoked. But we're not talking about that. Because we've got all of these other things that are hitting us. Meanwhile, he's coming out and talking about how things are, that we're not talking about affordability anymore. You know what? He's probably right on that. And we should be talking about affordability because it ain't affordable yet. We're still well over. We went up over 3% for a little while. Back down to 2.7 now on inflation, which is still above the level that they want to keep things from getting too expensive. Which means we still have inflation. It's still going up. My grocery bill this month was higher than it's ever been. My electricity bill this past month was higher than it's ever been, especially in the winter, and I heat with wood. We're not talking about the right things, people. You got to keep focused, and you got to work to make sure we have elections in November, because we've got to end this shit, and that's the only right way to do it. Let's talk about the right things. Let's work hard. Let's make sure we win in November. Let's put these Nazis where the fuck they belong. I love you, America. Share this shit.